What if animals were as smart as humans? That is what we're here to answer. So yeah, I was looking at the political a little bit with these animals, and I realized I think the issue the animals are gonna care about most and want to participate in is climate change, because we're pretty adaptable, but not all the animals are. And as mad as some people are about, what we're doing to the planet, I think there's going to be some animals who are way more pissed. So to find out which ones those are going to be, I kind of just looked at which animals are getting hurt most by the environment, which was a depressing afternoon. But
right.
You said my answer is depressing.
Yeah, so I didn't promise mine would be better. So basically, to looking at animal protests, and which ones we got to worry about, really. So the first one on my list is turtles. They're not super threatening, but they kind of get screwed over by like all the different industrialization and environmental things. Like, they don't like the warmer seas. They just die to straws all the time and the plastic in the ocean. But one thing that actually ruins turtles the most is the temperature of the sand. So what happens is the sex of a turtle is determined by the temperature of the sand it is laid in.
Wait, really?
What?
That's interesting.
So there's like a few degrees in the cooler area where in this range you get all males. And then skip a couple degrees, and after that you get all females. And there's only like 2 or 3 degrees in between. And it's actually fairly common for entire, like that whole beach of turtles to all be one gender.
Right.
So what happens in the in-between?
So the in-between, it's like this or that. So it's a mix in the in-between. I'm not sure if they actually like plan seasonally, like to get, boy turtles and female turtles. But what happens to turtles now as global warming hits is it gets warmer and warmer and warmer, and they're getting proportionally and very quickly more proportionally more females than male turtles around. Which is a problem for, keeping your population going.
Right.
And so I was thinking about Turtle Mob, and they're not super threatening. But it's not the only reptile where this happens. One that might be a more immediate concern is this is also true for crocodiles. All species of crocodiles.
Okay.
So that one I'm a little bit more worried about on my daily, on my day-to-day, if all crocodiles are mad at all humans. A couple other candidates that are getting affected by the global change. Polar bears. Now they know who to be mad at, because for a polar bear, the difference in having ice and not having ice is the difference between eating seals and apparently goose eggs is what they make up for it when they have to like be on actual land.
Oh.
So I think polar bears like the ice.
Also, they're going to want some of that Coca-Cola money. Coca-Cola's been, profiting from, polar bear imagery for so long.
Yeah.
Oh god, they can sue now.
They can sue now. I didn't even think about the legal aspects of all of this. That's going to be a lot of
commercials a lot of companies are going to get screwed.
Geico.
The Taco Bell Chihuahua is going to come out of the woodwork.
Oh, yeah.
Another animal that likes the ice, which I actually didn't find, I don't have an exact reason here why they like the ice, but narwhals, in case you want to go swimming. I don't want to go swimming in a sea of angry narwhals. And the last animal that was probably pretty threatening if they're angry is elephants. Are pretty affected because they need between 40 and 80 gallons of water a day.
That is a lot of water.
And as the earth heats up, there's less water in these places that they live.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about, you talk about angry mobs, like, damaging property and whatnot. But, a human can't, like, knock down a tree like an elephant can.
Right.
The thing is, if these animals are as smart as humans, are they going to be using the tools that we use and contributing to global warming as well?
Well, no, I don't think so. I think a polar bear, like a human should, the polar bear would be like, oh, we're lowering up the climate with these fossil fuels. Maybe we don't do that anymore. Maybe I go around and destroy cars until they stop making them.
Well, the way I interpreted this question is they basically think like humans.
I mean, they're as smart as humans. They have different priorities. Like,
I guess.
A polar bear likes it cold. And frankly, I think humans should have a priority not to ruin the planet, too. But if you get a whole, was it 7.3 million, whatever it is? New fresh minds looking at it for the first time might logically think that cars aren't so great after all.
Now I'm seeing in my mind, I was thinking about like, there's going to be like rebels and all these groups too that like are pro global warming because people are fucking weird. And now I'm seeing in my mind like goth polar bears that dye their fur black.
It's like, I'm a grizzly bear.
Oh, grizzly
now.
bear. Did you just assume my species?
Speciesist. Yeah, it's gotta be fucking like there were just so many implications. It got buck wild. Like if you actually think about like once these species start interacting with each other.
Yeah.
But I think the most affected and the saddest one of all the animals is coral is technically an animal.
Oh no.
And we actually are just straight fucked with coral. Like if we do what the climate reports say and shut off all our, emissions to the levels that they need to be, at best case scenario, we lose 80% of the coral in the world.
Yeesh.
And like the average case, if we continue what we're doing, it's all dead. Like 95% of the coral is dead. So the coral will just switch to being smart enough to know what's happening to it as it helplessly dies a
before it
slow,
dies.
slow death.
Huh. Way to be a downer, Marcus.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, maybe we should just hit a commercial break and, reset with the more preppier question. Is that what we have next?
Everyone remember that seal that has a Boston accent? That was sure fun.
Get out of here.
Hey, how are you?
Get out of here. Get out of here.